Hey, it's Morgan. I'm back. Part 2 of the square body cab repair. Cab's all cut apart. Still some rust to cut out of it, but and I'm wearing my 1992 Daytona 500 shirt. I was there. Richard Petty's last Daytona 500. Anyways, I told my boys years ago that when these shirts wear out, I'll take them to the Daytona 500. So that was 1992. So my boys are all men now. So I figured I'd start wearing these shirts so I could wear them out. Maybe we could go to the Daytona 500. But anyway, I'm going to get into this and show you what I've been doing here. Did a little fiddling around off camera, cut some more metal out of this thing. And look at that 57 Chevy back there. Nice. Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, in the last video where I showed you how I made this, I wasn't happy with the way this was fitting. It was too high here on my piece. This is the aftermarket sill, and I do have a cab corner, but I didn't want to use it because I don't need the back of it, so I made this one. Plus this is 18 gauge, thicker metal, should last longer. Okay, so now I've got this, I flattened this curve out a little bit here, and I also open this up, this bend, to more closely match what's on the truck. It's not a 90. Like, well, I mean, I didn't have it quite 90, but it's even less than what I thought it should be. So it's fitting this really nicely now. And so I'm gonna pop it off of here now. Show you how it fits on the truck. Everything's falling on the ground. I don't know if you recognize this, but it's power steering setup off a 1960 Chevy. I've been carrying that around for too long. But anyways, if anybody needs it, it's here. Okay, so there we go. So that's fitting on there nice, and see it sticks out past here, but you can see how far out that Bondo is. You're trying to correct the problem here. So when I go to get this fitted, I'm going to push this out a little bit further, and I'm probably just going to butt weld this all along the back side here. So you know, I'll push that out and I'll be able to sand some of this Bondo off. So anyways, I clamped that square on the bottom of the box so I could sit this on here. So I'm just putting that back panel inside my panel for now. So, you know, I'll have to do a little bit more trimming right in this area here, right in the corner here, because I don't want an overlap there. I want that to be butt welded. And I'll probably trim this back a little bit here on an angle or something. I want to get this fitted a little bit. I don't want that much overlap. I just want a little bit, like, you know, maybe a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch. And then, because I mean, there's so much, there's a good 1/4 inch of Bondo on this above here, and I'm probably not gonna shave a whole lot of that off. I don't know what's really going on. I don't want to take this repair up the cab too much higher than it already is. So anyways, and then I cut off the bottom of this here, so I'll have to make a piece for that. So that's kind of what this is all about, having the square on here, so I'll clamp this onto the square and to the cab, and then I can make a template to make that piece down there. So, 'cause, I mean, there's so much, 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 there So I've got this fitted on here on the cab corner, and use this high-tech gauge to so I've got a consistent gap all the way up here to the box. Right, so I think we're on the right track here as far as the placement of that cab corner patch. So if you look at this, you can see that Bondo is sticking out quite high, but if I run my hand down here, it goes long, then it bulges out right here. So there's way more Bondo on the back of this than needs to be. So I'm going to be able to, it's going to be difficult, but I'm going to have to sand some of that off in between the cab and the box, because I'm not taking the box off. Anyway, so now that I've got this located where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and make a template so I can make this piece, this bottom of the back of the cab here, and then I'll weld that. I'm going to weld that piece on from this side. It'll be a lot easier. I'll weld it on first before I put this on. I mean, I'm not going to weld that cab corner patch on until I got the rocker located where I want it. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to start trimming that rocker piece and get it fitted to the cab, and then I'm going to have to put the door back on to make sure it's in the right spot. So just got this on here for the first time, sort of where it needs to be more or less. So you can see, I mean, that's not pushed in all the way there, but this corner more or less lines up with this corner here. So that's as far as front to back, that's in a good spot. But then when you come back here, see this? See how far off that is? It's about, it's like a 3/8 of an inch. And so if you watch part one where I have the door on, you can see that there's quite a big door gap. And I talked about shimming that striker post out there. So I'll put it come along between the bolt hole and the striker plate. And I'm pretty sure it's the A-pillar that's moved out because of the weight of the door. It's a lever, right? So it's causing the bottom of the A-pillar to move in that direction. So let's see what happens when I do that. So this has worked out pretty good, I think, so far, and putting the door on will tell, of course. So I've got everything mocked up here, and I had these flush, or they're not flush, but these low profile screws. Had a lot of problems with them breaking, putting them in. I guess the hole wasn't real big enough, and then the bit broke off inside the head of this one. So anyways, I had to switch over to roofing screws. I didn't want anything too high profile because when I put the door on, I don't want it to hit those, but I think this will be alright. It's in where the lip is on the door, and this is where the rubber would be anyway, so it's going to have some clearance there. So I'm just getting ready to put the door on now, so I'm going to release this and see what happens here. I think it should stay more or less. It's a little bit smaller. The door opens a little bit smaller than the other side, just by like 1/8 of an inch or so. So, so that's holding that nicely. So yeah, that's worked out really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the door on now and see what that looks like. So that looks pretty good. See the door line lines up nicely. The door gap is consistent. It's kind of wide. I moved the door back about as far as I could. And then down here, you see the rocker. It's kind of almost touching there, which is kind of weird. And then it gets nice. So it's nice from about here to here, and the way the door, you know, it's nice and flush here, and then it moves out here. But it's not the rocker panel, it's the door. There's a bunch of Bondo in here. So if I put a straight edge on this, you can see how it rocks on there. So the door's straight on the front, and then it's this big hump right here on the back foot of the door, the bottom of the door. So Bondo on both sides of the door, like on the inside of the lip as well. So this whole area from about here, like this, it's full of Bondo. So it's pushed out here or something or whatever. So I'm not gonna try and make the rocker panel fit this door in this section right here, because the door is wrong. So this comes down nice. Same thing until it gets to about, I guess, there on the door. You can feel the door. It kicks out right there. It's going along nice, and it kicks out here. So there's a big lump here. So anyway, so I got the rocker where I want it. The door's adjusted nicely there, so I think it's going to work out good. A little concerned about this part right here, where it's touching. It seems to be touching there. So maybe I could just work that down a little bit. That spot there on the rocker panel. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if it's touching or. I think it is. I don't want it touching. So anyway, I'll work on that and let you know what I do. So anyways, sorry about the noise. It's raining. Got tin roof over there with no insulation or anything, so it's kind of loud. Anyways, I figured out what's wrong here. So I've got pretty good clearance now, probably 1/8 of an inch or so there. And it's 4 layers of cereal box. So that goes in there. It's kind of tight, but this needed to go in, because there's still the old chunk of the fender mount here. So once I clean that out, it'll even go in a little further. So I'll have lots of clearance there, and it's nice. It's good, nice transition into the rocker. So could even go in a little bit more, so that's good. So once that's pushed in a little bit more, that'll all be nice. So yeah, I'm happy with where that is now. And so now I got to go ahead and I guess I don't have to take the door off right away, but I will eventually take the door off again. And I got to go ahead and make the parts for the floor pan now. So while the door's on, I think that's going to be a good idea. And then I can make the floor pan, toe board, put the brace in, and cut cut that where the fender mounts out from probably from in behind. I can cut that out, clean that out of there, and yeah, and then drill some more locating holes and get it all tied together, and then I can take the door off with, you know, feeling confident that it's all going to go back together in the right place. So I think I'm going to wrap things up on this one right here. We'll call this part 2, fitting the rocker. And a couple of things. It seemed like it was subscriber day today. I think I got 3 or 4 new subscribers. I'm up to 106 now, I think. So thank you for subbing my channel. I hope I can provide some good content for you, and I also like to thank all my subscribers, actually. It's kind of fun. Anyways, and I also like to make a little shout out to Arco. I don't know if you follow him on. He's got a channel called Outlaw Edge, and I was kind of touched by his video he put out the other day about his struggles with mental illness, and I hope he's feeling better. I like watching his channel. You know, he seems like a real genuine guy, nice guy. I hate to see somebody get put down in any way, really, just you know, physically or mentally. So I just, like, again, I hope he's been feeling better. I know I have seen a few videos coming out. So and I think they did a live Friday night, so that's good. I didn't get in on it, but haven't quite figured that out yet. So anyways, thanks again, and cheers to everybody.